What if your dream home became your worst nightmare? Imagine moving into a secluded house, surrounded by the serene beauty of the Black Forest in Colorado, only to find yourself living in the epicenter of unexplainable terror. For the Lee family, this wasn't a story out of a movie, it was their life. Apparitions, glowing orbs, and whispers in the dark were just the beginning. But the deeper they looked, the stranger it became. Paranormal, extraterrestrial, or something the government doesn't want us to understand. Tonight, we unravel one of the most chilling and puzzling cases ever documented, the Black Forest haunting. In 1990, Steve and Beth Lee moved into a picturesque log cabin nestled deep in the Black Forest of Colorado. Surrounded by towering pines, wildlife, and the kind of tranquility city dwellers dream of, the family hoped to build a life full of peace and happiness. The Lees' two young sons, eager to explore the vast wilderness, quickly made the forest their playground. The house itself was a charming log structure, warm and inviting, with enough space for the family to grow. Everything about the property seemed perfect, but that perfection came with an eerie silence, the kind of silence that, in hindsight, felt like a warning. Neighbors would later reveal the property's history of strange happenings, but for the Lees, those secrets were still hidden. For the first few months, life in the Black Forest was everything the family had dreamed of. But as summer faded into fall, their idyllic life began to unravel. It began subtly. At first, the Lees noticed strange noises at night, faint whispers, footsteps on the wooden floors, and tapping on the walls. The sounds were easy to dismiss. Steve, ever the rational thinker, chalked it up to the house settling or small animals scurrying through the forest. Beth wasn't so sure. One night, as Beth sat alone, reading in the living room, she caught a glimpse of something in her peripheral vision. A dark, humanoid figure, standing motionless in the corner. Startled, she turned her head, but it was gone. Shaken, she dismissed it as her imagination, but the experience left her uneasy. Over the weeks that followed, the whispers grew louder, almost conversational at times, though the words were impossible to understand. The footsteps now echoed, as if heavy boots were pacing the wooden floors, and the tapping, once sporadic, began to mimic a deliberate rhythm, like a code. The Lees' children also began complaining of strange experiences. Their youngest son claimed he saw shadow people in the hallway at night, while their older son reported feeling an icy presence whenever he entered the basement. The family's once cozy home was quickly becoming a source of fear. The activity soon became impossible to ignore. Lights flickered without explanation, often at the same time each night. Appliances turned on and off, seemingly at random, and strange, guttural sounds echoed through the house. The family's dogs, once playful and full of energy, began acting strangely. They would bark furiously at empty spaces, cower under furniture, and refuse to enter certain rooms. Then came the burns. Circular scorch marks appeared on walls, floors, and even the furniture. The patterns were precise, as if made with a branding iron, yet there was no logical source. Steve's attempts to scrub or paint over the marks failed, as they would reappear within days. In a desperate attempt to understand what was happening, the Lees installed motion-sensitive cameras around their property. What they captured defied explanation. Orbs of light floated through the trees, moving erratically and pulsating as if alive. Shadowy figures appeared in the footage, darting through the yard at impossible speeds before vanishing into thin air. One clip even showed what looked like a faint humanoid outline standing in the forest, watching the house. It wasn't just the house. The sky above the Black Forest seemed equally alive with mystery. Steve and Beth began noticing strange lights that hovered silently in the night sky. Unlike airplanes or satellites, these lights moved unpredictably. darting across the horizon and disappearing in an instant. On one occasion, Steve claimed to see a triangular formation of lights hovering directly above the house before shooting upward and vanishing. The most chilling event came one summer evening. While sitting on their porch, the family witnessed what appeared to be a glowing portal opening in the forest. A circular burst of light illuminated the trees, and within it, Steve swore he saw a figure, tall, humanoid, and otherworldly. The portal closed just as quickly as it had opened, leaving the family in stunned silence. Paranormal enthusiasts suggest that the Black Forest may be more than just haunted. It could be a hotspot for extraterrestrial activity. Theories of interdimensional gateways have gained traction, with some researchers pointing to similar reports in other parts of the world. Could the Lees' home sit on a ley line, attracting energy from both paranormal and alien sources? As the phenomena escalated, the Lees sought help. Paranormal investigators, psychics, and even journalists were invited to the property. Armed with high-tech equipment, investigators recorded strange electromagnetic spikes throughout the house. Disembodied voices were captured on audio, ranging from faint whispers to loud, commanding tones. One psychic described the property as a vortex of energy, claiming it was a gateway for both spirits and entities from other dimensions. Cameras placed in the house captured startling images, translucent figures walking through walls, orbs of light moving with purpose, and even what appeared to be claw-like marks appearing on surfaces in real time. Despite the compelling evidence, skeptics dismissed the findings, attributing them to equipment malfunctions or hoaxes. The Lees also turned to the local community for answers. Neighbors revealed that the previous owners had complained of similar experiences but chose to keep quiet for fear of ridicule. One neighbor shared a story of seeing strange lights in the forest years before the Lees moved in, describing them as unnatural and evil. Here's where the conspiracy thickens. Colorado's proximity to military installations, including NORAD, has fueled speculation that the activity in the Black Forest might be linked to government experiments. Could the glowing orbs and portals be the result of advanced technology tests? Some theorists believe the Lees may have unknowingly moved into a testing zone for secret projects involving electromagnetic fields or interdimensional travel. Others suggest the government was well aware of the area's unusual properties and deliberately kept it under wraps. Steve even reported seeing unmarked helicopters flying over the property on multiple occasions, further adding to the mystery. Was the family caught in the crossfire of something far larger than themselves? By 1995, the Lees had reached their limit. Steve, once a skeptic, became obsessed with documenting the activity, spending countless nights watching the cameras and recording his findings. Beth, meanwhile, grew increasingly anxious and sleep-deprived, haunted by nightmares and the constant feeling of being watched. The children's behavior also changed. Their once happy demeanor turned withdrawn, and they refused to sleep in their rooms. The family's mental and emotional health deteriorated, leaving them no choice but to leave the home they had once loved. They packed their belongings and moved, hoping to leave the terror behind. But the memories and the unanswered questions stayed with them. Decades later, the mystery of the Black Forest haunting remains unsolved. Paranormal enthusiasts continue to debate its origins. Was it a haunting, an alien encounter, or some combination of both? Skeptics argue that the activity could be explained by electrical issues, pranks, or even mass hysteria. But the evidence suggests something far more sinister. Theories about interdimensional gateways, ley lines, and government conspiracies only add to the intrigue. The Lees story has become a case study in the unknown, inspiring documentaries, books, and endless speculation. The Black Forest haunting leaves us with a chilling reminder that some mysteries refuse to be explained. Whether you believe in ghosts, aliens, or secret government experiments, one thing is certain: the truth is out there, but it may not want to be found. And that brings us to the end of today's story. But remember, the world is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered and crimes begging for answers. What do you think about today's case? Was it solved, unsolvable, or something far stranger? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next chapter of intrigue and suspense. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.